What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last time we did the final investigation for Case 3, or Episode 3, whatever you want to call it, and we pretty much found out that Vasquez is the killer, and now we're going to take her to court, and we're going to stick it to her. We're going to get her declared guilty. But most importantly, we're going to get Will Powers declared innocent, and shove it all in Edward's face. Anyway, not going to save, because that would be wasting valuable time. Yeah. October 20th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. It's really early in the morning. I haven't even had breakfast yet. The dedication. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. It claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. Get it? Edgeworth on edge? I don't even know what it means, but whatever. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Mrs. D. Vasquez to the stand. Mrs. D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Hey, it's her. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez, I'm a producer for Global Studios. Wow, for the first time, Edgeworth got a witness to say their name without any problems. Kudos to you, man. Kudos. I would clap, but probably fuck up the audio, so you know. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Mrs. Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down. So to speak. Oh yeah, I know what you mean, you pervert. Anyway, witness testimony the day of the murder. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. Really? That's a statement? That's all? I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, but with that monkey's head toppling over. Van added to the court record. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. This is the final countdown. Cross-examination the day of the murder. Yeah, you entered the trailer, we've established that. Yeah, we don't care. Don't care. Fatigue. Stop taking. Eating them, that's been established. But you did not eat the steaks because there were no bones. You stinky liar. Ha, as I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee room. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Mrs. Vasquez and Mr. Manila ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. What the fuck's with that face? Mrs. Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. She obviously ate the bone as well. Come on, guys. Basic logic. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. doing that face. You're ruining your beautiful face. Come on. I see. Then what was Mrs. Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was bullying that guy. Obviously, come on. Logic. I has it. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Mrs. Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Alright, boys. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Oh yeah. Love this team. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? As one of those dildos thing, you know, you attach them to your belly, I think, and then you just fucking penetrate people. No, she could not. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Huh. You see? Yes. However, that has no bearings on this case. Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? Wait, what the fuck was that? What? I don't get. No. I'm dying. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Time to present the photo. Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. I can sense it too with my fey blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all sensing. Right, okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I got a bit too ahead of myself. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Not so fast! Oh, sorry. Wrong game. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Duct tape! Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this? Through the chest, no less. Alright. Order, order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell, what was? How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what murder weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? Hell yeah, can boy! Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Like it was a minute ago. But to be fair, it was mostly like my fuck up, I just wasn't really paying attention. It's early in the morning, give me a break! Wait, just showing the photo. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order, order! If I cannot have ordered, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying... Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. That was a bit awkward, you know, just silence. Mr. Wright, continue. Come on, dude, keep telling the story. It's so fucking cool. Like everybody wants to hear it. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Mrs. D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. Well, that's quite detailed. Like they meet. Oh, so what happened? She just does it. Okay, she just killed him. No details. No comment. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence, just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. Oh, that face was disgusting, even worse than the first one. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Ho ho, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer, all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting room at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? Oh, she had another way. Fucking catapult! What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance. Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. With the van. The van. The rapist van. Mrs. Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it. Alright. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then before everyone... Wait. Have I been doing her voice while reading Wright's things? Sorry. Then before everyone else got here, you put the body in the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was an accomplice? Of course he was. Of course Sal Manella has to have been an accomplice. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Mrs. Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the steel samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. But how would it fit though? Like, isn't the costume pretty big? Or is it just robes? I don't know. Well, Mrs. Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win? Awkward silence. Somebody say something, crack a joke. Somebody fart. Do something, it's too silent. So what happens next? Exactly what we're all wondering. Don't question mark me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? I lost? Something like that. I just said that. Wait, so you mean the Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer. Again with the silence. Somebody yell something. Objection. Hold it. Take that. Gotcha. Gotcha, bitch. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did it? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? What? Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course it's as the witness says. Certainly it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If there are no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? You did it, no further questions. Let's ask her to testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before, the truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? It has the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn! To come so far only to fail. It seems there are no further questions. I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Mrs. Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edward. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. Alright, boys, Edward to the rescue! You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edward, I do see a little point in making Mrs. Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily I say. Ergo, I want to hear what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Well, actually, like, he didn't say he just wanted a guilty verdict. He was like, I don't know who is truly innocent and who is guilty. That's why I want to get them all declared guilty. But if he knows that someone's innocent, like, I don't think he's that evil. So he probably wants to help us. After all, Edgeworth. Witness testimony after finding the body. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. His system was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. Go. Yeah. We don't really care who was there because it wouldn't make much difference, really. We're trying to prove that she did it. Yeah, security, all that was quite agitated. That they were, like, it was established that they couldn't have done it, but now we have proved it. It doesn't matter. Let's ask her about this. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. Wait a minute, but like, in order to know of the murder, she had to have gone there before. Oh my god. Right, you're so dumb. Very well, Mrs. Vasquez, please continue. Yes! Edgeworth figured it out! Oh my god, I'm so happy. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Mrs. Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Oh my god, really? That looks like such a derp face. Order! Mr. Edward. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regarding of how the court sees my role here. Now, Mrs. Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. But it was Powers who was injured. You liar. You knew that Hammer was injured. Oh god, I need to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh no, I didn't. God damn it, I just made a funny face for no reason. But no one seriously, it doesn't matter. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Right, we got you in on the ropes, bitch. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. That's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manila was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Mrs. Vasquez. You saw him limping, of course. Actually, didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. You know, we've said this for the second time. Like, come on, guys, are we really that slow? Ah! And when was he doing this? Well, it would have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Mrs. Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why I thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Yay, we won, I think. We won? Did we? Order, order, I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Maybe because they don't want to go to jail. Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it isn't clear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Of course I can prove it. Okay, I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence as to Mrs. Vasquez's motive to the murder, in this murder, whatever. Is the photo. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Mrs. Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With the Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed the Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Mrs. Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me, and I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. You creepy rapist. Mr. Wright, please explain Mrs. Vasquez's motive for murder. She didn't have one. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Mrs. Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Mrs. Vasquez. What? What? Your Honor, Jackhammer, Jackhammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jackhammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jackhammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking it was Powers. Then Jackhammer made his way to the trailer. What did Jackhammer do next? And for what purpose, you ask? To kill the Vasquez who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Ah, she's breaking down. Ah, not your fancy cigar thing that I don't know what it's called. So you didn't you? Ah, she looks so cute in this Sprite, I guess? Yeah, that's what you call it. Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Ah. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late! Ah, Mrs. Vasquez! What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Manuel! Mrs. Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No, how could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel! Don't touch him, Mrs. Vasquez. No! Please don't die. Please. Who's this Manuel fellow? Is it perhaps Manuel Neuer or not? That's literally the most irrelevant joke I've made in my entire life. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again. So what happens now? Mr. Edgeworth, where's the Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty! Hooray! Wow, that guy is tall as fuck. That is all. The court is adjourned. Okay, boys. We did it. We got him declared innocent. Now let's take all his money. All his fat actor stacks of cash. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Mrs. Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder. It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Tell me! Where is she? Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Because you're Batman, obviously. Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because you famous bitch was an envious cunt. Therefore, he wanted you to die. It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I'm Batman? Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in kids' shows, and as the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. You could have just told me. God, we're not in kindergarten here, okay? Like, for fuck's sake, when you turn like 13, nobody talks anymore. Just fucking drama. I would have changed places with him anytime. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. Congratulations, WP. Oh, thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Batman outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... we're gonna break him the bad news. Is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick Edgeworth. Whoa, never seen him like this. Hello, Edgeworth. Came here to make out with me, boy? Say something, right? Say something, I'm giving up. Wow. I'm not good at small talk. Literally, Edgeworth is the most relatable person in this entire planet. I love you, Edgeworth. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if I wasn't such a fucking retard, come on. Like, they expect kids to get this and not fucking you, alright? Come on, you dumbass. Pleased to meet you, I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Are those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's like what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright, is this guy your friend? What friends? As if they're rivals, right, Nick? For now we are. For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Nick, tell me, what's the deal with you and Edgeworth? Oh, I know you two are going out. You're totally gay with each other, right? And so the curtain closes on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accent from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. Nick, this is it. The new show starts today. You're gonna watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real world powers. Well, we could play like Godzilla or something. The end. Yay, we did it! We completed episode 3. But that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, though, leave a like. Wanna say something? Comment. It's free. And if you wanna see more, subscribe. That's also free. And I will see all of y'all later.